I know, totally.
That's.
My brother-in-law works in the same
We are starting a week early. There's been one or two where.
I know what you do.
I know.
Oh.
I know.
No, it was fine. It's just they wanted.
Bill Shirk and the other two.
Everybody have a chance to sign in that wanted to? And anybody that wants to speak, make sure you have to sign in. It was interesting.
And it was, of course, Bill knew about it because I think he.
My mind's got one I read document.
Last call, sign in. Anybody want to talk? Okay.
All right.
The way we had a,
Wow, we need a vote to come out of closed session.
Dustin made the motion, seconded by Aaron at 6:42.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Approval of the agenda.
We have an amendment to the agenda under letter E, certified staff. We are tabling, and please don't read anything into this. Number one, the motion to accept the resignation of Kim Snyder as certified English language arts teacher and head softball coach at Morrison High School. And then we have an additional amendment that was not on the public agenda that was sent out on Friday. We will add a second closed session at the end. There will be no action taken after that closed session. I think that's it.
Yeah, okay, so the motion is that the Board of Education approve the agenda as amended. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Then approval of the previous minutes.
Did we vote to come out of closed session?
Yes, yes.
Last one for
I'm a bad multitasker.
Do I have a motion to approve the previous minutes?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Consent agenda, district bills, building activity reports. There's one non-certified personnel recommendation and resignation. Kelly Hahn as first volleyball coach. And one course reimbursement, Andrew Walker. Northside Elementary. So, you have a motion to approve the consent agenda.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I would just say that there's a different, usually we don't have course reimbursement, but twice a year we do reimburse staff for courses taken in regards to additional educational credits. For those that didn't know that.
Yeah, it's in the contract. Anybody wants to read it? Okay. Need a roll call vote.
Abelson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Stamhoff,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. Okay, Communications, public comments?
We have 2 people signed up.
Okay.
We'll start with Mrs. Peters. Hold on 1 second. No, you can stand, I'm sorry.
Whichever people.
Sorry. Oops, not 20.
We're just, our policy states that there's.
Yeah, 2 minutes.
It's
Oh,
true.
was it 2 minutes? I
Yes.
thought it was 3. Well,
Well,
sorry.
But
Morale. The definition of morale is listed in the Oxford language as the confidence, enthusiasm, and discipline of a person or group at a particular time. Good morale does not come from the bottom up, it flows from the top down. It's built by supporting and encouraging those employees below and helping them in whatever they need to do the best job that can be done. A few years ago, our school system has seen a shift in morale within the last few years. I can't speak to other departments, but I can speak to ours, which is the kitchen. We have a gas stove from the 50s that sometimes needs to be lit with a lighter. We have a dishwasher that just washes the trays, but does not rinse the trays. The company that's worked on it has said it needs to go. We have a refrigerator that is currently at -18 degrees temp, and ovens don't always heat up to temp, but it's been pushed aside as well, it still works. Faulty equipment aside, morale seemed to be okay until our time cards were starting to be changed without notification to our supervisor who approved them or ourselves. Instead of looking at the problem and talking about how it can be fixed, a blame game seemed to start. I understand that things seem scary when legalities become involved, but wow, I'm sorry, let's see how we can fix this and be more clear going forward would have gone a lot further than an email stating you don't make your own hours and threats of disciplinary action. We are contracted for a certain number of hours. My supervisor, whom by the way is one of the best I've worked for, set our hours and approves when and if we go over or under. Morale, good or bad, trickles down even through the kids. I've seen this with my own 7th grade son. He has been pulled and is now homeschooled because of bruises from kids, talks from pictures taken making fun of him, all the while asking me not to say anything due to fear of retribution from kids. When we did speak out, that's what happened. Since pulling him from Morrison Junior High, I've heard the stories over and over again of the same things, kids refusing to speak out due to fear. Our school shouldn't be a one-size-fits-all. It should be a safe place. Teachers that feel supported and appreciated teach better, that's morale. Staff that feels appreciated and supported with equipment to do their job safely work harder, that's morale. I'm asking for our leaders to step up and work to improve the morale. Take a few minutes to talk to the employees and really listen to the issues that affect all the areas of the school, not just the ones directly seen on the outside. Don't sidestep an issue and push it under the rug in hopes it'll go away. All of the employees in the Morrison School District are important for the success of our children. But to do that, we need leaders that will support everyone and help build good morale. And I shortened it a bit to try and make this.
Oh, you are, thank you very much. No, you're fine. Mrs. Boyles?
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Sharon Boyles. I've lived in Morrison for over 40 years. My sons were all educated in the Morrison school system. I did not have a structured art class when I was growing up, and I was not the mom that did crafts with my kids. I was beyond grateful when my sons were given that opportunity through the schools they attended. When I heard the school board may be considering eliminating offering elementary art education, I was more than saddened. This is not a new consideration. I assume it is driven by finances. I beg of you to consider the non-quantifiable aspects of receiving a well-rounded foundation early in the educational process. As I see it, art education is a necessity in developing this well-rounded foundation. Not only does it help with developing motor and language skills, but it also aids in decision-making. It provides an opportunity to focus on an individual's own project using creativity, risk, and imagination. It allows students to develop a sense of purpose and take ownership, resulting in the development of confidence and self-worth. I spoke with all 3 of my adult sons over the weekend, and we discussed the benefits they feel they received from art education at the elementary level. They all encouraged me to come speak tonight. My oldest is an architect. He stated that he uses many of the concepts he learned in elementary art classes daily. He used what he learned in elementary art to see the world in a different way. He developed a sense of awareness and self-confidence. My middle son is the art director for a national not-for-profit organization. He told me that every single CAPA scholarship winner should be contacted before a decision to cut art from the curriculum is made. He pointed out the overwhelming response our community has whenever an opportunity to create a work of art becomes available. Specific examples include 25 years of Paint the Town and the Tiny Art Show last year. He is quite confident that he would not have even taken art classes in junior high if he had not been exposed to it in elementary school. Who knows where he would have ended up if it weren't for his art teachers. My youngest expressed his disappointment, but pointed out realistically that without the funding, cuts need to be made, and the arts always seem to be the first to head to the chopping block. However, he admitted that art was what made all the other classes bearable. He loved the hands-on aspect and the structured creativity time. It helped him focus and increase his attention span for all the classes and lectures in his future. For him, visual art and music helped bridge a gap between generations. He concluded by saying that elementary art education is probably not the education needed for those who are going to pursue some sort of art as a career. It is, however, a necessity for everyone else. It is the time to learn to appreciate the world around us, to admire the creativity we all possess, to learn to approach problems in different ways and work together to resolve complex problems. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thank you.
I have a text message here. The pickup truck parked in front of the garage on the north side of the parking lot needs to be moved unless they have permission from the homeowner to park there.
That would be Matt.
me.
Okay.
Good.
I promise I did not tell Stacy. or
It's all right. You told me to move.
Please note that at 6:56, board member.
Pause.
All right, I think we can do good news from around the district without Matt here. So Andy, do you want to start?
Yeah, one thing I just wanted to point out, we had Matt Wilhelm, Northside Southside Junior High, had an anti-bullying assembly he did a lot of cool tricks on his bike, and he had a really good message as well. I had one of the students, when she was walking out today, she was tearing up and she said, I almost started crying every time he'd start talking. So I think a lot of people got caught up in all the cool wheelies and jumps and all the stuff he did on his bike, but it was a lot more than that. I also wanted to thank Joe because when Keith was the one that brought it to us about having
Mr. Morgan, for those of you that don't know.
about having him come in. He had seen him before, but the problem was the Northside gym is not large enough for the show, and the Southside gym was not large enough for the show. So the only way we'd ever be able to have it is if one of the other buildings was willing to help us out, and Joe helped us out. Joe gave us his gym for the day, for the entire morning for the show, and rearranged his schedule for us. So Joe, thank you for helping us out because the kids loved it. And Diana, my secretary, before I came, sent me a picture. We knew this was going to happen. There's 4 boys out on their bikes in front of her house doing all these jumps and everything now. So it was definitely inspiring, and hopefully no one's in a cast by the end of the weekend.
Did he at least start up, don't try this at home?
He said that about 20 times. I think legally he had to say that before every trick, but they're 8. They
Try it out.
know it's okay.
Any questions on Mr. Morgan's submission? Mr. Robbins?
My apologies, I didn't get one.
Oh, that's right.
Just a couple things. Yeah, obviously the show was great. Our junior high students participated as well, seemed to enjoy it as well. He did a great job keeping their attention. Had some posters that he would give out, and some shirts and free stuff like that. I did let the kids know if they wanted a poster of me, I'd be more than happy to get that for them. A couple of them said they'd use it for throwing darts at or their axes or stuff like that. But no, it was a great show. Thank you, PTO, for kind of taking care of it, and Mr. Morgan for lining it up. And also just we did start our IAR assessments, our Illinois Assessments of Readiness today. After a few just Chromebook issues, a few technological snafus, everything seemed to go pretty good, and we got that. So we should get through all of our testing this week. And I was able to help Mr. Morgan as he gets ready to start for the South Side. So working on getting those completed.
Mr. Gillum?
I wanted to highlight the number one thing I had on my report there was the college and career prep English class and the murder mystery night. I just kind of wanted to publicly acknowledge Mrs. Rickardson and those students. It was absolutely outstanding what they did that night as far as putting the show together, dinner and such. Like I said, it's something that really blew me away. It's kind of what they do. Hopefully keep doing that annually moving forward and such. So it's a real nice job by those students and the staff there. And just another plug, Key Club is hosting a blood drive at the high school Wednesday afternoon. You're available and have some blood. Love to have you.
Finance and facility report. A lot of it dealt with projects that will be upcoming with the bond money that we're going to discuss here in a few minutes. Just an update, the track is ongoing. I'll be meeting with the engineer, architect after spring break to talk about the track surfaces. Junior high and Northside HVAC is gearing up to start that process as soon as they can get in the buildings. Orders and submittals are being approved by the architect and sending to us. And good news is the light project that we discussed, replacing all of the lights in the district, will begin next week, starting with Northside. So, in terms of our next, which is our enrollments, we are down one student from last month, but we are up 22 students from this time last year. So that's good. And have another one starting Wednesday. Yes. So, good news there. Are there any questions about the finance report? Okay. All right, we are on to our
Old business.
old business.
Resolution to approve the sale of bonds. This is an action item.
Yes. The motion is to approve the resolution providing the issue of 3,045,000 general obligation school bonds, alternate revenue source, series 2023, for the purpose of altering, repairing, and equipping school buildings and facilities and improving the sites thereof, providing for the pledge of certain revenues to the payment of principal and interest on said bonds, and the levy of a district annual tax sufficient to pay such principal and interest if the pledged revenues are insufficient to make such payment, and authorizing the sale of said bonds to JP Morgan Chase Bank, NA.
All right, you've heard this. Do I have a motion to approve this resolution?
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion. We've been talking about this for several months. Those that have been in here, the amount was $3.5 million, and we pared that down because we have some funds left, and we feel like we have a good buffer even with paring this down and borrowing less to do not only the projects that Scott talked about just now with the HVAC and the track, which are the two big ones, but I think there's probably 14 or 15 other identified items to be fixed, replaced, and we can go over those later.
I can just share some of them with them. Those in attendance, things that are on the list, this is not a certain list, and are subject to further discussion at some points. Upgrading Northside bathrooms, high school floors and ceilings, junior high bathrooms, gym floor, Northside gym floor, Northside playground fence, Southside playground fence, high school, junior high resurfacing parking lots, Southside lockers, junior high lockers, replacing the junior high sign, replacing the high school scoreboards, and upgrades to the auditorium. All of those are on the list of potential projects to do.
I'd like to say, being on the finance committee for a lot of years, any items that are brought to us that need to be replaced in the school, we've always considered putting them on the list. All they have to be is brought to the board's attention, and sometimes when we don't know or it hasn't been brought to our attention, we can't discuss them. But it's a pretty thorough list, but no means exhaustive. We could add other things to it.
And I just want to say, no disrespect to anybody, but this is the first I've heard that there's been problems with the kitchen.
Yeah, me too.
I just need to say that.
That's why I brought that up.
So.
All right, so if there's no further discussion, we need a roll call vote for the bond.
Lucky?
Yes.
Wilkins?
Yes.
Samhoff?
Yes.
Helms?
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Ridley?
Yes. All right, the next, Board Administrative Procedures and Exhibit Manual. This is exhaustive.
So the motion is the Board of Education approves the updated Board Administrative Procedures and Exhibit Manual as presented.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
So the reason you don't have a copy of that, and I would be happy to send anyone a copy that wants, it's over 2 million
Characters.
characters, several hundred pages.
Is this the same one that we,
It's the second part of what we approved last time.
okay.
This comes straight from attorney's thing.
Prior to approving that, I'd like this to have us, let us have an opportunity to,
So you want to table it then?
if that's okay with everybody else.
So we will,
Is it available in a link or is it like
It should be available.
It's-
I will have to figure out how I can get it to you.
Okay.
It's really,
Like 2 million, like how many pages is that then?
Several hundred pages.
yeah.
I mean, that-
I mean, in the old days, we would get our own policy manual.
Yeah,
Well, they
I
would
know,
send
but-
like
yeah.
a book
the-
every year.
Yeah.
The one that we had previously was, well over 100 pages. But yeah.
Okay.
Sure, Mr. Patton can help with that.
Try and find a way to get that to everybody. Okay, memo of understanding with, sorry, I'm taking your job.
No, that's all right. Memo of understanding with Sauk Valley Community College. It's also an action item. I need a
Motion as the Board of Education approves the memo of understanding with Sauk Valley Community College for the clarification of dual credit responsibilities.
motion.
So moved.
Second.
We
All
do this every
right,
year.
discussion, yeah, this annual thing
It's an
that
annual
we do.
thing.
Which dual credit courses do we have with?
That is whatever they want to take.
Okay,
It's not given by us, it's given by
Oh.
them.
Them,
But it
yeah.
outlines what their responsibility is and what our responsibility is, as well as costs,
okay.
those types of things.
Yeah. And they change their curriculum, what
That's what I
they
thought.
do, yeah, occasionally. Well, all right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
IHSA renewal,
Motion as Board of Education approves the IHSA renewal as presented.
need a motion,
So moved.
Second.
any discussion? This is another
Other.
annual thing, it's a minimal cost.
Yeah.
Just something that we have to do and approve on the board level. All in favor? Oh, no,
No, not even.
let's do a roll call.
Helms?
It involves-
Yes.
Olson?
Yes.
Lucky?
Yes.
Wilkins?
Yes.
Samhoff?
Yes.
Ridley?
Yes. All right, new business, calendar adjustment.
The motion is that the Board of Education approve the calendar 2022-23 calendar adjustment as presented.
I need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
All right, discussion, isn't this just one
It's a-
day?
One
We're
extra day.
moving the day, we're adding the snow day at the end of the year. So the 24th will now, the last day of student attendance will be the 25th instead of the 24th.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay.
I
Beverage-
appreciate it not happening during a good already the holiday, so that's good.
Big graduation on the 28th.
Yes.
I think it's that Sunday. Beverage sales agreement.
The motion is that the Board of Education approves the beverage sales agreement with WP Beverages LLC as presented.
All right, I'll need a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, you want to bring them up to date on this? I mean,
So several years ago, we had a contract with Vendomac. We had a contract with someone else before that, where we agreed to purchase all of our refreshments, our Gatorades, our soda, our water from them. And as a result, we get a rebate on the amount we purchase. Once Vendomac unfortunately went away, we have been purchasing those on our own by making runs to Sam's and Costco. That became tiresome for those people doing it. We were approached by this group, and it's essentially the same thing as we agree to buy their product, and at which point they give us a rebate on how much we buy. And obviously, if you void the contract or do something against the contract, there's a penalty, but I don't foresee that happening.
And it's just drinks.
It's just drinks, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Roll call.
Pielson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Danhoff,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. FMLA requests, action item.
Motion that the Board of Education approve the FMLA request of employee NS 6598.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Prearranged absence request.
Motion is the Board of Education approves the pre-arranged absence requests of students number 2700003 and 3100089.
Do I have a motion for those?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Certified staff, action item.
Just give it
We're
away.
tabling
Table.
number,
Yeah, so we'll do these individually.
Okay.
So we'll move to the
okay.
first one. The motion is the Board of Education approves the resignation of Steve Snyder as a certified business teacher, varsity football, and head boys track coach at Morrison High School, effective at the conclusion of the 2022-23 school year.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Helms,
Yes.
Pielson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Danhoff,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes.
The next motion is the Board of Education approves the resignation of Christine Dobbs as a certified teacher at Southside Elementary School. It's not listed here, but that also is at the conclusion of the 22-23 school year.
Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Roll call.
Helms,
Yes.
Pielson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Danhoff,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. Last one is the Southside principal contract.
Motion is that the Board of Education approves the contract with Matthew McCormick to serve as principal of Southside Elementary for the 23-24 and 24-25 school year as presented.
I'll need a motion for that.
So moved.
Second.
All right, roll call.
We'll discuss.
Yeah, I mean, is there any further discussion?
Well, I'd just like to say that he's a
We're glad to
wonderful
have him.
candidate, as part of the interview process and he comes from local. Yeah, I think he's going to be a wonderful addition to our staff.
Anyone else?
Roll call.
Pielson,
Yes.
Lucky,
Yes.
Wilkins,
Yes.
Danhoff,
Yes.
Helms,
Yes.
Ridley.
Yes. Okay,
We will go back and close.
yeah, I need a motion to go back into closed session.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
I think there's certain. Yeah, I wanted to tell you. Please tell me your architect about.